Morning. It is day 3 today of the Self-Care Success Challenge for all you amazing mamas. And I'm just going to let you know now that my youngest son, Joss, is sitting in the kitchen with me with Coco, the wonderful dog, on his lap. So if you hear other noises, then, oh, there you are. Those were his fingers just waving at you in front of the camera. Anyway, so if you hear other noises, that's him. Anyway, in fact, I'll just turn the camera around so you can say hello. Where is he? There he is. Hello. Okay, so right, let's get back to the video. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to shift our mindset about the things that have been stopping us in our self-care, and we are going to reframe the perspective. And I've got two ways that we're going to do that. The first is carrying on with something that I introduced in an earlier video, which is the work. So yesterday, when I asked you listed all the things that might have been stopping you, and then you asked yourself, is it true? That's the first question in this wonderful series of questions called The Work by a woman called Byron Katie. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to begin to explore and examine those beliefs and those thoughts a little bit more. And some of you have already started doing this. I noticed this, and when you were sending me your emails or writing your posts and your comments about yesterday's homework, you were already starting to do this, which is so amazing. So I'm going to talk you through what I want you to do today. So the first part is using these questions from the work. So I want you to take that list, okay, so all the things that have been stopping you, and just choose, because I mean, some of your lists are really long, which is fine, but you probably don't have a lot of time to do this. So just go through that list and maybe just choose the 2 or 3 that you feel are the biggest reasons why you find it difficult to have more self-care in your life. And yesterday you asked yourself, is it true? So what I want you to do now is I want you to just take one of them. So it might be like, I don't have enough time. And I want you to just, in your head, just picture a situation where you have this thought, I don't have enough time, and you're wanting to do self-care. And just notice how you feel. So how do you feel when you consider trying to do some self-care, but you have the thought or the feeling, I don't have enough time? And then what I want you to do, okay, is just put that thought or belief to one side. Okay, I'm not asking you to drop it, just put it to one side, and I want you to go back to whatever you visualized or imagined a moment ago, and I want you to be back in that place without the thought. So for example, be back in that place without the thought, I don't have enough time. And just notice when you're back in that place without the thought, how do you feel now? And then I want you to just notice the difference. Can you see a reason to let go of that thought? Because even if it's true that we don't have a lot of time for self-care, when we have that belief with us, I don't have time, we also have all the feelings that go with it. So what I want you to do is to do that with the top 2 or 3 reasons that are stopping you from having more self-care in your life. So you're going to close your eyes, I guess, if you want to, or keep them open. And I want you to imagine or visualize a situation where perhaps you want to do some self-care, but you have this thought, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I haven't got enough money, I don't know, what, the house isn't clean enough, whatever it is. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to notice how you feel when you have that thought in that situation. And then what I want you to do is put that thought to one side. You can pick it up again later if you want to. Put it to one side. Come back to this imaginary scene and notice how you feel when you're there without the thought. Okay? And then you can decide whether you want to pick that thought up again or not. That's your choice. And so then once you've done that with your top 2 or 3 reasons, what I then want you to do is, can you tell my fringe is getting really long, and I got a haircut very soon, but anyway, it's annoying me. So apologies if I keep fiddling. So then what I want you to do, this is the next step, okay, in what I want you to do today as part of this self-care success challenge, is I want you to do this fantastic practice that I learned from my business coach. And she's an incredible woman. And the work I did with her was just amazing. So much stuff about mindset and what's going on inside us that affects what goes on outside us. So it's a really simple exercise, and you can do it with your top 2 or 3 reasons that have been stopping you. But if you find that it's a really powerful exercise and you have the time, or you choose to make the time, then you can carry on doing it with the other reasons. And here is the exercise. You write down, even though, and then you take your reason, I don't have enough time, or I think I don't have enough time for self-care. It's also true that, and then I want you to list up to 10, if you can, positive, real, and true beliefs or facts. So for example, even though I feel or think that I don't have enough time for self-care, it's also true that I can make time. I could get up earlier if I wanted to. My next door neighbor said if I ever needed her to help, then I could ask her, so I could ask her. It's also true that I spend about an hour a day scrolling through Facebook and not really engaging. It's also true that I could do online shopping instead of going to the supermarket. It's also true that my my husband said that if I wanted to have an evening off each week, then he would be more than happy to do bedtime. It's also true that my kids are going for a sleepover next week, and I will have time then. So these are the kinds of things you're doing. So even though I think or believe that I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough money, I'm not worth it, it's also true that, and then all the things that are true. And as you do that, what you're doing is you're telling your subconscious brain that although it consciously is believing one thing, actually you're telling the subconscious that there is a whole other picture going on here, and that's a really positive picture. So we're just helping our brain shift its perspective around these things that have been stopping us. So just really briefly, I want you to take your top 2 or 3 thoughts. I want you to visualize a situation in which maybe you would like to do self-care, but that thought is stopping you, okay? And notice how you feel when you have that thought. Then I want you to just put that thought to one side, and remember, you can pick it up again if you want to, and come back to this scene that you visualized, but without the thought, and notice how you feel now. And then decide whether you wish to let go of that thought permanently or whether you wish to pick it up again. So that's part 1. Part 2 is to do the reframing exercise so that we have a different perspective, which is to write out, even though, and then one of your beliefs, I don't think I have enough time. It's also true that, and then list up to 10 if you can, things that are true despite the fact that you have this thought. And let me know how you get on. It is so amazing to just hear your stories and these incredible insights that you're having. And I am so blown away. I can't even begin to tell you like how amazing this is for me to see the things that you're sharing. And it is a real joy for me to make these videos each morning and to share them with you. So I'm really looking forward to what you come back to me with today. And I want to say one last thing. If any of you are watching this video and you're not managing to do the homework, or maybe this is the first video you've watched and you haven't had time for the first 2, I just want to say that by being here and being part of this is still a step of self-care. Because as mums, we can so quickly begin to beat ourselves up and be mean to ourselves. And actually, you know, you're here and you're watching, and that is an act of self-care in itself. And I want you to know that you are so worth it. And, you know, just bring what you can bring and do what you can do, and just be within yourself and be loving towards yourself. Have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, there we go. Stop recording. Bye.